Hello, my name is Karen Gold, and I've been practicing personal injury law in California for over 18 years. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about personal injury accident preparedness. We prepare for everything else, earthquakes, fire, but very few of us prepare for what would happen if we were involved in a motor vehicle accident. The first thing to consider is what kind of insurance do you carry on any or all of your vehicles that you drive on the roadway. It's important that at minimum you carry $15,000 per person, $30,000 liability in California. That's currently the law. But in addition to that, you need to consider the thousands upon thousands of people in our state who are not insured. The cost of uninsured motorist coverage in our state is very, very small compared to what we pay for liability insurance, and you're legally entitled to cover yourself for the same amount of uninsured motorists as you have in liability coverage. So if you're paying for $15.30 liability with your insurance company, and for a fraction of the price you can be covered for uninsured motorists, do so. It costs you very little, and the likelihood is you're going to be in an accident, it's not going to be your fault, and you're going to be hit by an uninsured driver. That's key to injury accident preparedness. Second, do you have collision coverage on your vehicle? Don't assume just because you've paid your car or your truck or your motorcycle off that you're not going to become involved in an accident and you're not going to need collision coverage. Often the insurance from the other party is not enough to cover your losses, so make sure you have that coverage. Often our auto policies or truck policies will allow us to have medical payments coverage. So in cases especially where you don't carry health insurance, or you don't have coverage through the state, like Medi-Cal or federal government Medicare or county programs for the indigent, it's important, if you can, to cover yourself with medical payments coverage. This is not based on fault. So if you're involved in a motor vehicle accident and you require medical treatment and you have $5,000 med pay or $10,000 med pay or $1,000 med pay, it will pay for the cost of reasonable medical care. Of course, your insurance company is always going to be entitled to evaluate whether or not those charges are ordinary and customary, and they will assess the treatment. But usually they're pretty fair about it. So medical payments coverage is something to consider. Lapses in coverage are the biggest problem we see in our office, where people have liability coverage on their vehicle and they let there be a gap, sometimes 2 weeks, a month. And on the day of their accident, they believe if they go in and make a premium payment on that day, that somehow they'll be covered for the accident, which is not true. Of all the things to consider, keeping consistent coverage on your vehicle is really key. I know insurance is expensive today, but to carry the minimum liability required in California, it's well worth the price. You risk losing your license, you risk being able to drive your own vehicle for a year if you're not covered in our state. So it's something to consider. Other issues, very simply, keep a pad of paper and a pen, keep a disposable camera in your car. Often you have to act like your own investigator in accidents, particularly in the small to moderate accidents where traffic collision officers and CHP don't come to the accident because the injury doesn't appear to require an ambulance or hospitalization. They're busier with big cases or big injury accidents. So it's important to look out for yourself, to remember that you'll often be having to deal with insurance claims adjusters who come to your home or your apartment, your place of business to inspect your vehicle. Keep a list of any personal property items that you may have had destroyed in the accident. Often the insurance company will require you to give them the damaged personal property item before they'll pay you any compensation. There are a lot of things to consider in advance of an accident, and though we hope you never have an accident, we do have helpful links on our website and a lot of free information, and we're also willing to evaluate your case with our intake form online. We wish you the best of luck. Preparedness is really key to feeling safe after an accident, and we thank you for watching.